Officer Randy Salazar found himself in a terrible moral dilemma, a situation where the lives of an entire room full of innocent people depended on what he did next.
The doctor said, take the handcuffs off the prisoner. And I told the doctor, I said, I'm going to have problems with this guy. He's very combative. I don't want to. He says, I'm the doctor. You take the handcuffs off. I said, okay. So I took the handcuffs off this man. The doctor was examining him, and then he went through a series of questions to see how coherent he was. One of the questions was, what is today? And the prisoner said, today is Monday. And right then I looked in the prisoner's eyes, and I said, and today is the day I kill you. And I said it in my mind. I didn't say it where you could hear it. And I'm wondering, why did I say that? Then later on, my partner arrived, and we're there on the prisoner, and he's being very combative. And then my partner and I heard a tray of dishes or something fall down the hallway, and we turned our faces to look to see what it was. And at that point, the prisoner jumped off the gurney and grabbed my partner around the waist. And at first I didn't think he saw his gun that he had stuck in his belt. But he felt the gun and he pulled the gun out. I had no alternative to pull my weapon, and as soon as my partner and the prisoner fell to the floor, I saw the gun pointing straight towards my partner's chest. And I told Bob Russell, I said, Bob, get out of the way. And I fired one shot into the abdomen of the prisoner. He fell back with a gun in his hand, and much to my amazement, he sat back up still, and he pointed the gun at me. I stepped one step over to get out of the way, but remember, there's other people in this room, and I'm thinking if he gets a shot off, he's going to kill somebody. At that point, I stood back and cocked the hammer back on my weapon, and this image appeared on the wall and stated in a clear voice, aim dead center, that way you'll hit something if you miss a little bit. So I pointed my gun and I shot the man shot him through the heart.
After the shooting, Salazar naturally was in agony over what had happened. He went to his mother's and his father's house to try to get some sort of comfort.
And I stepped out and I took a few steps towards their walkway that led up to the front door. I noticed something out of the corner of my eye. And at first I thought it was a light, like a fluorescent light, which was above the fence. And above this fence that's 7 to 8 feet high, there was a face. There was this face that was looking at me. Very distinct, the eyes, nose, mouth, and everything. Very pleasant, and it was just looking at me. And as I walked slowly towards the door, the eyes of this face followed me. And I blinked and I stopped 2/3 of the way up to see if I was just, thinking this in my mind. And it could not have been a person standing behind that fence, because the face itself, from the chin to the top of the head, was at least 18 to 20 inches. So it was a very large face. But it was, like I said, it emanated a warm feeling. And it's like your mother embracing you, holding you and saying, it's going to be okay. Everything's okay. A few days later, when I was looking through the Bible, I'd come across a passage in the Bible which says, "He who sees the face of God will be saved."